And the last stretch in our series of knee exercises is for the hamstring. There's two bellies of the hamstring, the inside, the medial one, and the outside, the lateral one, and we want to stretch both of them. There's many different ways to stretch your hamstrings. You can just bend forward and reach for the toes. That's one way to stretch the hamstrings, keeping the knee straight. You can do it sitting on the ground, where you put one leg this way, you keep the other toe pointing up, and again, you reach for the toes. We do not want to see this. That's old school. We don't do that anymore. So you got to keep your leg more in this position, nice and upright. For people who have a little more difficulty with flexibility or getting onto the floor, you can sit on the bed. So this is on the bed, and this leg is down on the floor. So you don't have to worry about getting into these more difficult positions. Once you get into that position, we want you to hold for a nice 10 to 15 second hold. Don't slouch over too much as you do it. You want to try and stay upright, protect the spine, and just lean forward, try to focus the stretch onto the hamstring. You'll notice with this one, my leg is pointing straight ahead. What we'd like you to also do is think of a clock. So currently this leg is at 12 o'clock and this foot is at 12 o'clock. We want to now take this foot to 1 o'clock. And then we lean forward, again protecting the spine, and you would hold for a 10 to 15 second pull, and then we would come back. Then if you're able, you go to 2 o'clock. This foot's still pointing forward, and you lean forward again. And now we're stretching a slightly different part of the hamstring. And if you can in this position, you go to 3 o'clock. I'm not that flexible, so I'm not going to do that, but we can go to 3 o'clock and we can stretch there as well. Now, there's a second way to do this. You can also do it standing for those people who would prefer. You can use a BOSU if you have, or a ball, or even just a Rubbermaid stool or a chair. Same premise. I'm going to face the camera. Both feet pointing towards 12 o'clock. We put the one foot up on the stool, still pointing at 12. We lean forward, protecting the spine, and we hold for our 10 to 15 second hold. We come back up. We can move to 1 o'clock. And we go to 1 o'clock. We lean forward, different area altogether. As you can imagine where this is going, we go to 2 o'clock. This foot's still pointing forward, trying to protect our spine. And then lastly, we would go to 3 o'clock. It's a little easier to do it this way. And we lean forward, and you'll get that in a slightly different spot. And just to mix it up, you can go to 11 o'clock. This is a little more difficult. Feet pointing forward, this one comes across, and then still trying to lean directly forward, and that's probably my most difficult one. And so you try to hold that for a 10 to 15 second count. Whew, we're feeling that one this morning. And then you come back. So the hamstrings, we're stretching through the hands of the clock from 11 to 12 all the way to 3. That's the best way to do it.